Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new series called The Aftermath, where basically I just review, the aftermath after Arsenal's most recent game. So let's get into it. So Arsenal have just beaten Leeds 5-0 at the Emirates Stadium and we sit top, I believe, of the league. So open the parade, start the parade here. I'm just joking, guys, okay? But yeah, it just feels with Arsenal, with every positive, it feels like there's always a negative. There's always something to basically almost counteract it. I mean, the Leeds game, there was just so many positive things. You got the whole Eze signing being announced, and the whole story, reunion, and him being welcomed in the stadium in front of all of the fans. It was such a good thing to see. You see the whole video with him and Ian Wright, and then he carries on to the game. Then you got Victor Gyökeres scoring his first Premier League goal at the Emirates Stadium in front of the fans, being under so much pressure to deliver. He gets his goal, and you can see he even felt like it almost weight off his shoulder when he scored that goal. You saw his reaction to it, and then he scores a penalty, gets 2 goals, and it was almost a perfect day. And then you got Max Dowman making his Premier League debut, comes on, looks so bright, gets a penalty. It was literally like a perfect win. We even got a clean sheet. It was going all so well, but then came the bad side. Then we get injuries. We lost both Martin Odegaard and Saka out the game. Both of them had to come off. And you see Odegaard was trying to carry on, but it looked like he couldn't. It looked like there was a bit of a shoulder issue. I think he fell on the floor. I think he got pushed, and I think there was a video on Arsenal's YouTube channel of the bench reaction, and you saw when Arteta did see Odegaard fall, he instantly knew something wasn't right. And then of course, we got the Saka's hamstring issue, and some people are saying it's cramps. I'm not too sure. I'm just going to assume it's the worst. Where it looks like a hamstring issue, and it looks like he's out. He's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. And it just feels like with Arsenal, when something good happens, there's always something bad around the corner, just to balance it, just to bring Arsenal fans back to reality. And I mean, before this game, right, when I was looking into our team, we had probably 90% of our players fit. Now we lost Odegaard, we lost Saka, we lost Havertz already, and we lost Ben White. We still don't have Norgard. It's like, and this is only game week 2, literally game week 2. And some of these players I mentioned, these are starters. Martin Odegaard, Saka, Havertz, Ben White. These are players that are key for Arsenal. They're not just bench players. These are players that are going to be relied upon throughout the whole season. And it's just so crazy, like how we're in game week 2 and we've already lost so many players. And especially considering how difficult our start is for the Premier League, we need all our players fit. And the Saka injury is a bit concerning because, of course, we saw last season he had that major operation, and now there's probably a fear between Arsenal fans that it could be one of those reoccurring injuries. You see so many top players, they get that operation, they get a major injury, and it felt like no matter how many operations they go to or how many seasons go by, it just feels like that injury is just reoccurring. And I'm hoping it's not like that for Saka, but right now it just doesn't look good. He is most likely going to be out. Not most likely, he's probably out 100% for the Liverpool game. With Odegaard, his one's a bit different. It could just be a precaution. I think he just looked a bit uncomfortable. It was probably just an uncomfortable landing when he fell on the floor. The thing is, he did get called up for Norway in the international break. And the funny thing is, he got injured last season in the international break playing against Norway. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. And separate note, I don't understand why the international break is here again so soon. Like, we are 3 weeks into the league already, and it's another international break. I mean, for us, it does help us because of our injuries, Saka especially. But even then, it's like it's only been 3 weeks and we're already on an international break. Why is it so early when the season literally just started? So, is what it is. But I guess the benefit, and basically the number one benefit to this year compared to last year, is the depth. We have depth finally. I mean, last year when we did lose Odegaard, we had no depth. We had to play Trossard at the number 10 position, and he played okay here and there, but there were some games he did struggle, and you saw we lacked that creativity, someone who can, has that eye for a pass. And without Odegaard, especially at the start of the season, we did lack in terms of creativity. And look, Trossard, that's not his natural position, so I'm not going to put too much blame on him. He doesn't deserve any blame for that. And this year, look, we got a lot of depth. We got Eze, we just signed. We got Wanyeri, who is, he's looking more confident, and Arteta is showing more belief and trust in him. So we do have good cover for Odegaard. And I think Arsenal learned an important lesson from last year, and they're just making sure you look at the transfer window. This transfer window is basically, the main objective is not to enter the season short. It looks like there is enough cover for every single position, and we need it because Arsenal have such a bad record with injuries. Through Arteta's tenure, we just have such an unfortunate luck when it comes to injuries. For last year, you saw Saka. This year, look, we have Madueke. Last year, we had to rely on Wanyeri, who I don't even know, he didn't even play that many minutes, and we had to rely on him. And he ended up getting injured. Our backup in Sterling, who we signed at the deadline day, he got injured. So not only was our starting 11 winger injured, the two backups we had to, in case Saka got injured, were also injured. So the backups get injured on top of your main 11. And this year, I think, look, we look way more comfortable. I think a lot of fans are a lot more comfortable in the depth, especially with Madueke now coming. And now, of course, Madueke has been playing on the left wing. However, he did play on the right wing in the last probably 30 minutes against Leeds, and he looked so much better, so much more comfortable on the right wing than he did on the left. And it was obvious. It was literally so obvious. This guy is not a left winger. He never even played left wing at Chelsea. So I don't know what this whole thing was trying to put him left wing. He became way too predictable on the left wing. First, his left foot, so his natural instinct is to always go on the outside because his right foot unfortunately isn't good enough. So he just became way too predictable, and he was basically playing almost like an overlapping left back. But when he did come on the right side, when you saw him switched, he looked so much better, so much sharp. He even beat a few players. So it does look, I'm excited for him to see him play on the right wing, and he's experienced. He has been playing in the Premier League for the last 2-3 years, and we have someone. Not only are they good, well, good, maybe you guys might disagree, but I think he's a good player. He is someone who understands the league, which is very important. Last season we were looking at Raheem Sterling and Wanyeri, and Raheem Sterling, as good as he has been, he's not the Raheem Sterling 5 years ago. Wanyeri is 17. We can't be relying on a 17-year-old. So it does look like this Madueke deal has been some really good bit of business from Arsenal, and maybe the club knew that they knew about Saka's injury record. They knew they had to manage Saka's minutes, especially coming back from that operation last season. I think they knew that just in case, or maybe they knew behind the scenes that Saka maybe wasn't 100% it, and they needed cover. They probably didn't think that they needed cover so early in game week 3, but he's here now, and I do think he's going to play a bigger part for Arsenal. I'm talking about Madueke, than we probably expected, and it would probably allow Saka to get a lot more rest, and probably not rush him back, because last year I do think we rushed him back just because of the fact that we had no depth. And this year it will allow him to recover, come back fully fit, so we don't have to rush him, because we do have a record of rushing players. We saw the likes of Timber, we saw the likes of Odegaard, Ben White. So over the years we do have a record of rushing players, and we had to do that because we simply didn't have adequate, just not enough depth. But this year, of course, we do have some, and I think it will mean the players don't get rushed back. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, look, Saka's still a top player. I know, I don't know why Saka gets so much, there's so much debate over Saka with the rival fans and everything. I ignore it, but he's such a top player, and we will miss out on his quality when he doesn't play. You saw that goal he scored against Leeds. There is not one Arsenal player in that team that can score that type of goal. Weak right foot, by the way. That's not his strong foot. That's his right foot. Smashed it past the keeper. Keeper absolutely had zero chance. So, and that's the best thing about Saka. One of his best attributes is that he can score even when he's not playing well. Against Leeds, he did have the best of games, but guess what? He managed to score, and I think that's one of his best traits. And that usually separates a good player from a world-class player. A world-class player, regardless of how they're performing, guess what? They can pop up with a goal and assist regardless of how they play. And it's literally that inevitable trait that Saka has developed. A lot of players as well, like you saw Mohamed Salah has it. It's just that trait. Ronaldo even has one. Regardless of how they play, they will get you a goal or assist. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this new series. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you worried about the injuries to Saka, to Martin Odegaard, or do you think we have enough depth this year to to overcome it? But yeah, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.